Hi, welcome to The Crossing, where cycle commuting and gravel riding meet. I'm Jackal Crossing, and in this YouTube series, I'm going to share with you my cycle commute and my gravel rides and how the two work together to make me a stronger, safer, faster rider. So grab your bike and let's go for a ride. Hey, y'all, great to see you again. Today, I want to talk to you about my Murder Creek metric ride that I did here just a couple weeks ago. This was the first ride that I did in training for Unbound Gravel 2023. If you haven't heard already, I got accepted in the lottery to Unbound Gravel 2023, and I'm really excited about it. I'm excited for myself, and I'm excited to represent Picky Bar's brand as a brand ambassador for Picky Bars at this event. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. I just want to finish. And in order to finish, you have to start. In order to start, you have to train. So today I'm going to share with you one of the trainings that I've just did. It's my first training ride after my acceptance email. We call it the Murder Creek route. It's a 62-mile route with about 4,400 feet of elevation gain. I learned a lot on this ride. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about my bike. I learned a lot about nutrition, hydration, temperature regulation, things I thought I knew, but I really have a refined understanding of them now after doing this ride. Part of the reason for that, I think, is that I did the ride solo. I didn't have anybody else around to point things out to me, to help me out, to give me an extra bar if I ran out, which I did, and extra water. Luckily, I had enough liquid, but it did run out of bars and energy food. So one of the things that you'll hear me talk about later in the video towards the end is that fueling concept. Another thing is you don't have anybody there to point out hazards. There are some really rough patches of road in this. A storm blew through the area about a week before I went on the ride. There are some huge washouts in the downhills, exposed rock that wasn't there the last time I did this ride about a month ago. So, gravel conditions can change quickly. It's one of the biggest things I took away from this. But hey, enough of me talking. Let's jump into the video. Lots of cool stuff for you to see. And then at the end, I'll come in and share with you some of the insights that I have. All right, cool. Let's go for a ride. All right, here we are at Marjorie Lake, out here off Murder Creek Church Road, getting ready to get started for our Murder Creek metric. Beautiful day. Couldn't ask for a better day for gravel riding. So here we go. It's a little cool, but here we go, getting started. This is the little town of Newborn, Georgia, or Newbern, as they say around here. Cute little town, right on the main highway though, so hitting the sidewalk to get through this little section. Climb. All right. Knew it was coming. Oh boy, this is a big one. I'm about 20% through this ride, taking a snack break here at the Henderson Cemetery. It's an old cemetery. It's actually really pretty. Some of these sites date back into the 1800s Civil War era. It's a really beautiful cemetery. It's quite peaceful here. It's a nice little bit. Just like red asphalt. This is fantastic, except for the headwind. Just about a third of the way through. Really starting to feel it in my legs though. I think I started out a little too strong, but hey, I'm out here having fun. That's all that matters, right? Loving it. We'll just take it easy for the next 20 miles and then see what we got left for the end. See you at the finish line. Wow, doesn't get much more pretty than that right there on a gravel ride. Tell you what. All right, just hit the halfway point. Feeling pretty good. About 2,200 feet of elevation in out of 44. So halfway through the miles, halfway through the climb. Doing pretty good, feeling all right. I did start out a little strong, so I had to back it down a little bit on the last segment there, but we'll be all right. We'll make it. No choice now, turn around. It's longer to go back the other way, right? Oh yeah.
All right, just tackled the 1 mile climb on the route. That was tough. But hey, I did it. So a little over halfway through. Okay, that climb was insane. 14.5% for parts of it. Most of it was this is the aftermath of the Murder Creek metric. Oh yeah, she's nasty. Gonna need a bath. Well, just finished the Murder Creek metric. 62.1 miles and 4,353 feet of elevation gain. Whew, I'm wiped out, but that was awesome. What a ride. Maybe next time you can come ride with me. Till then, stay safe. I'll see you on the streets. Happy ride.
All right, the Murder Creek metric is a wrap. So let's talk about some of the takeaways that I had on this ride. The biggest thing I think as a takeaway is the solo part. I did this ride by myself. I mentioned that earlier. And as a result, you know, I had to be a lot more focused on the ride. The terrain changed conditions a lot. There was a big storm that moved through a week ahead of time, caused some serious ruts, down trees, a lot of debris on the trail. It was interesting, I guess is one way to put it. But being by yourself means you have to be a lot more alert. It means that you have to be a lot more resourceful. And it means that you are the only person out there to look out for that stuff. There's nobody else in the pack. There's nobody riding alongside of you to say, hey, look out. Uh, there's none of that. So you can see there right towards the end of the video, there are some huge ruts that I came across. And that was on a downhill. If I had have not been really paying attention, that could have been pretty disastrous for me and caused a catastrophic failure of the day. So just remember when you're out there by yourself, stay extra alert. Another thing about being by yourself is when the day gets hard, when those miles get long and the legs start getting heavy and little things start adding up, that can really get in your head. So find some way to keep your mind occupied, if you will, to stay focused on the ride and not the internal things that are going on. Now, that's not to say ignore signs from your body, but just those little twinges, the heavy leg syndrome, as the day wears on, that can wear on in your mind. And that's something I'm battling and something that I'm working on improving. Next up, food and fuel. It's really important to make sure you have enough fuel and food on your body, on your bike to go the distance. I did not for this ride. I cut myself short. I thought I had enough. I thought I planned it out right. But as the day progressed, the ride got a little harder than I expected it to. And I was by myself. So can't lean over and say, hey, man, you got an extra bar? Can I bum a banana? You can't do those things. And there's no SAG support on a solo ride. So you're by yourself. Make sure you have what you need. Next takeaway, route conditions. Like I mentioned, a storm had blown through. The route changed conditions a lot. It went from hard packed red clay to very loose, big, chunky gravel to pavement that was in some places worse condition than the gravel that I was riding on. And then just to some smooth white rock. The climbs, know what you're getting into, understand the route, know what's happened around the week prior, and see how that's going to impact the route conditions. A little tip on downhills with turns, the inside of a turn is going to wash out before the outside of the turn. Your bigger ruts, things like that, are going to be on the inside. If you think about it, as the water runs down the hill, it hits that inside turn, it churns, and it's going to wash that out first. So that washout is going to be bigger, deeper, and more dangerous. Last thing, and probably the biggest thing for me on this ride, was just have fun. Make sure that whatever you're doing when you're out there, if you're by yourself or with a group, make sure you're having fun. If you're not having fun, then you're not going to want to do it anymore. So I'm having fun. You hear me talk about it in the video. Yeah, this ride's hard, but hey, I'm out here having fun, and that's what it's all about. Exactly. That's what it's all about. Let's have fun out here, having some gravel grindy, awesome days. Get the dirt under your tires and the rocks behind you. But most of all, have fun. Whether you're by yourself or with a group, enjoy it. So that's going to do it for me today. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you've learned something today. If you did, leave me a comment down below, hit the like button, and tell your friends to subscribe. Till next time.